Welcome back. So, good news, it seems like Darkflow finally listened about the economy, and they're finally fixing it. So, let's go through it from the top. So, today's post, Balancing the Economy. The old Enlisted was built in such a way that by the time the player unlocked new campaign levels, he had enough orders in his account to buy weapons and equipment. This was carefully calculated, balance of progression typical for many games. Anyway, what are they changing? The upgrades are getting cheaper, so this is actually kind of big. The changes, to be honest, aren't huge, but I really appreciate them, especially the ones on the vehicle side. So for weapons, Tier 1 upgrades are going from 250 to 100, 800 to 400, and 1500 to 1200. The 1500 to 1200 really isn't that big, but when you add it all together, it's not a bad change. For Tier 2, it's going from 800 to 400, which is actually pretty big, and from 1500 to 1200, which, again, less big. And for Tier 3, it's going from 1500 to 1200, so, alright. Then for vehicles, Tier 1, 1250 to 500, which is enormous, 4000 to 2000, which is huge, and then 7500 to 6000. Now, 6000 is still pretty big, but there aren't that many vehicles that I think you really want to upgrade, and vehicle upgrade orders are relatively available through the Battle Pass, so For Tier 2, it's going from 4,000 to 2,000 and 7,500 to 6,000. So there's kind of a theme here. These more expensive ones are getting a discount, but they're not getting as much of a discount. But the initial tiers are getting less expensive. So that's nice. In addition to that, they're looking at bringing in more valuable login rewards. So let's check them out. The amount of silver in the daily login reward is also increased significantly. A player usually starts to upgrade his weapons after he's finished equipping his army with basic weapons, and an actively progressing commander needs a lot of them. Any inflow of silver in this situation is very useful, especially for beginners. So, small box with an extra prize. The rewards are going from 300 to 500, 500 to 1,000, and 1,000 to 1,500, so not insubstantial. And in mediums, they're going from 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 1,500, and 3,000 is staying. Now, even the most basic daily rewards won't just be a nice bonus, but at least one weapon or a couple of upgrades. So, what is my take on this? It's nice that they're addressing some of the issues. I think that this is kind of a band-aid, though. What I think has caused the most issues when it comes to the silver economy is that in the past, before the update, whenever you unlocked something, you just got it. You didn't have to spend silver to acquire it. So, when you got a weapon, you just got it. You didn't have to go to the tech tree and spend, like, 1,500 or 3,000 silver, whatever, to get the weapon. When you unlocked a vehicle in the past, you just got the vehicle. You didn't have to go and spend 15,000 silver on every vehicle in the tech tree. They were just given to you. And on top of that, it's not like you have a choice now to skip vehicles. You have to take everything in the tech tree unless it's foldered. And because of that, it's made it so that you have to spend significantly more silver just to progress the tech tree than you ever needed to in the past. So, in a vacuum, where you're only looking at weapon upgrade costs and vehicle upgrade costs, which, to be fair, vehicle upgrades do get exorbitantly expensive, especially the higher tier ones on the tier 3 vehicles. The last two upgrades are absolutely bonkers on them. So, this is nice, but also looking at this, you can see which stars these prices correspond to. So, they're not lowering the silver cost for the last two upgrades in Tier 3. They're not doing it for the last one in Tier 2. Because of that, this is nice, but it's honestly just a pittance. You're still having to buy everything in the tech tree. You're still having to spend silver that you never would have needed to spend in the old system there. And they've done nothing to increase the base game or the base match rewards. It's nice that they've given you the ability to get one more gun from a login. But I don't think that that was the issue. And I don't necessarily think that that's enough of a change. Like, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Any change in this direction is good, but this is not taking us back to where we were before. On top of that, we still are playing this game in a state, and this is before the merge, this is now, this has basically always been true. We're still playing this game in a state where sidearms are as expensive as primary weapons, and that is never going to feel good. Yeah, you don't need to upgrade them. You also probably are only going to pull them out every other match for a given soldier. If that. You may not even pull them out that often. So, it's nice that they're actually doing something with the economy. I mean, it's taken 4 months, but at the same time, I don't think that this is actually enough of a change. It seems like this is targeted specifically for people that are just starting the game and are sitting in BR1 and 2. And this is going to make it easier for them to get into the game, which is good. But the problem is, they're not the only ones that are running into silver issues. This is a broad complaint by players across the board from every walk of Enlisted, whether they're playing the Axis or the Allies, whether they're low tier or high tier, whether they've been playing for a week or they've been playing for years. This is a universal complaint amongst all of them. So, it's nice that the new player experience is being improved. I would like to see more changes on top of these for the broader Enlisted community. Let me know what you think down below. You think this is enough? Let me know. As per usual, get out there, kick ass, take names, and win your games.